Sorry if I get a little emotional about this, but probably the best elk hunting trip I've ever been on in my life. I think the big draw for elk hunting for me is they're a truly majestic animal. Walk through the pines where you go chase these things and you're ducking and trying to get your gun off so you can sneak through a tree, and they lay their head back and run through those things like it's no big deal. I've been blessed to go a lot of cool places and hunt, sheep and caribou and moose, and I don't know what it is. I can't really explain it. Elk and mule deer are my absolute passion for hunting. I feel pretty fortunate and lucky. This is my second tag that I've drawn, and I know people that are my dad's age in their mid-70s, and they've been putting in their whole lives and have never drawn an elk tag. So I feel pretty lucky to be able to accomplish that. Ely, Nevada has been synonymous with big Rocky Mountain elk. We truly have some of the biggest elk in the U.S. that are all free-range public land bulls. And to go get to chase a big bull elk in your home state is something pretty special.
How you doing?
How are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Okay.
And I met Trevor when my wife had an elk tag over there in 2011.
Bull Ridge Guide Service, it's a family-owned business. My dad and his brother started it about 20 years ago. We're located here in Ely, Nevada. We've got great trophy quality here on this side of the state for elk and deer. And just ever since then, we've been really good friends with Mike and Julie and Joey and the rest of the guys at Prime, and it's just been phenomenal hunting, both ends of it.
Trevor and his whole family are just great people. They're honest, they're trustworthy. They treat you as the hunter with respect, and they work their tails off.
We're day 2 here. Late season Nevada elk hunt. My buddy Trevor from Bull Ridge Guide Service. He just said, to get your stuff ready, we gotta go. So that's what we're doing.
My son Joey, this year his Thanksgiving break at school fell during the opening week of my elk season. So he got to come along, and so did my wife Julie, which made it all that more special to me.
We were so excited that at least one of us in the family drew an elk tag. It's been years. And then when we found out that Joey had the week off school and that we could all go and be part of this and make it into a family hunt, we were all really happy about that.
It's all worth it, to have your family in the mountains with you and be able to hunt together and make some memories. That's what it's really all about anyway. The second morning of the hunt, Trevor had a pretty good idea where that bull might be laid up in the trees in one of these canyons.
It's a great bull. He's got good thirds. Did you get a good look at the fronts?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's not bad at all. I mean, if he's there, I mean, you walk up from the bottom, it's only like maybe a half mile.
Well, let's go try it out.
All right.
Your wife and your son in the truck, and you're following your buddy who's your guide, and he's driving a little Toyota and flying up the roads, and everybody's getting tossed around in the cab and beat up, and there's a bunch of huffing and puffing and sighing, and I think a lot of it was from me wondering where the hell Trevor was taking us. But we made it to where we were going, and that's part of hunting. Sometimes you gotta drive a long way to get to where you're going, and sometimes you gotta walk a long way to get to where you're going.
A little side hilly this morning, but not too bad. No snow. It's warm out. Just trying to get to a glassing spot so maybe we can see around the front edge of this ridge where that bull was last night. So just trying to keep up with Trevor. Not doing a very good job, but we're giving her anyway.
I enjoy going elk hunting because it's a little bit more of a challenge. Elk are super smart in the late season, they're not rutting. I like to outsmart the animal. Right now, we're looking to see if this bull's worth going after, but our main goal is to try to kill an elk here in Ely, but weather's a little hot right now, so it's not as easy as it should be. So we parked on top of this hill and we were glassing. We couldn't quite see into the bottom of this canyon. Trevor said, let's go over here. We'll be able to glass down.
Got into position overlooking a canyon where he thought the bull might be, and we saw a smaller bull in there.
And unfortunately for us, we were on these super shale rock, so any movement you made echoed through the whole canyon.
We were all trying to be quiet, but a lot of guys on the mountain. The little bull kind of spooked, and as he went through the trees, he picked the big bull up and he blew out of there.
And we couldn't quite get a shot at him, so it was a little bit of a bummer, but it was also a learning experience at the same time.
You would like to think as a hunter that you can outsmart them, and sometimes you do, and sometimes they outsmart you. Hopefully there's always that next opportunity around the next corner or the next ridge over. After day 2, spirits are still high, and a couple days after that, I don't know how many days kind of ran together at that point, but the weather was hot, the bulls were in the trees early. Unless you got lucky enough to catch one early in the morning, they were just gone. They were feeling the heat too, so they'd get in that deep timber and stay there for the most part until maybe a half hour before dark, where you could maybe pick one out. Yeah, it was getting a little frustrating. I was getting maybe a little anxious, a little nervous, because I was really wanting to try to harvest the bull while my family was there. We were giving it everything we had, so that's all you can do.
We had to leave early, Joey and I, to get home and get situated so that he could go to school the next day. We were bummed. We kept trying to justify in our heads, oh, one day of school won't matter. But
we went out Sunday morning. We did not see any bulls that were worth going after.
we decided to make the choice to drive home. And
Joey kept saying, I know you're gonna kill a bull tonight, Dad, because I'm leaving. That's always how it works. So he was a little upset that he had to leave. He's a great little hunter. I'm super proud of him.
You know, we spent lots of days there, so I was super happy that I got to go hunting, and it's my favorite thing to do in the whole world, so I wasn't completely bummed out. You know, I just told my dad, you know, you go after a bull and shoot a bull that you're happy with.
Yeah, it's always hard to send your wife and son home when you're having a good time, and you want them to be there with you on the hunt, but if Joey could not go to school and be with me all the time, that's where he'd be, but Mom puts a stop to that sometimes. I don't always agree with her, but I should, so.
Chuck, good family. How goes it?
Pretty good. How about you?
I don't know. Can't find anything.
I don't know.
Trevor had said, hey, I want to go check out this other area, and they had seen a bull while we were back in town dropping Joey and Julie off. They got some video of it and showed it to us, and we decided, you know, hey, this is a really nice bull, really mature, kind of old, got some mass to him, see if we can make a play on him.
Go check it out and see.
Right on. Let's do it.
Yeah.
when we weren't hearing a phone call and weren't hearing anything, we knew, you know, that maybe they got on a good bull.
If you book with the Bull Ridge Guide Service, you're going to get a first-class hunt with first-class guides. Trevor found a good bull, super heavy, lots of mass, great fronts, great thirds. I already feel my palms sweating and getting ready to go, and it's been rough, so I hope this opportunity presents itself this evening and we can make it happen.
Need to be part of the Toyota Brigade. A little rough on the full-size Chev here.
It's early afternoon, but it's late fall and you're running out of light, so you're chasing the sun before it gets too dark, and so we had to kind of move pretty quick to get to where we were going.
We hustled up there and got down, and Mike got set up pretty good and made sure his gun was level, and I gave the range and we set the turret, and he felt real comfortable with the shot, so.
782, 15 minutes ago. And you're gonna hold dead center of body.
I don't know if it was the angle and my rangefinder didn't read it correctly, but I was about a half a minute of angle too high. So the bull humps up like he's gonna go down and then gathers himself together and runs down the hill straight towards us. We headed in the direction towards where the bull came off the mountain and went down the canyon to the thick timber. We hurried as fast as we could to find him, and we made a clean second shot ethical kill, and the bull was down. I'm on cloud 9. An amazing end to an amazing trip, hard hunt. Ready to gather my thoughts here and go down and check out our bull. So, day 6, Nevada, 2017, big bull down. Thanks, brother. My buddy Trevor sees the bull before I do. We stop maybe 20 yards from the bull, and he says, "This is not the bull that we were after. This is a bigger bull, and I'm just warning you that when we get to the bull, I might get a little emotional."
It was a special bull, means a lot to kill him. My Uncle David actually found him 2 years before this when I had my archery tag. Special moment for me. And a little touching. This bull, my Uncle David actually found for me when I had my archery tag in 2014. It's a monster 6x7, and we just never could. David would see him every time he came.
But you
every time I come with him, we would never see it. So with it being Mike and David got along pretty good. So it's special to me that Mike got to take this bull.
When Mike told me about the story behind this bull and that David had always seen it and Trevor hadn't, and then this day the bull presented himself, it kind of gave me goosebumps and made us all stop and kind of remember the times that we spent with him.
I think he gave us a little help today. He's no longer with us, but he was here today for sure.
A little emotional about this, but David was a really special guy, and I know how much he meant to Trevor and their family, and I'm just glad that I could call him a friend while he was here, that I got to be a part of his life, and he got to be a part of mine. Trevor called this David's bull after his uncle, and I honestly believe that David Marks was with us on the mountain that night, and he helped us make this happen. Appreciate it, and David, thank you. Trevor, thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Always.
We're grateful.
See that? Look at that.
Bagging a big bull off the mountain. Doesn't get any better than this. To go on this elk hunt and to get to spend 6 days in the mountains chasing bull elk with your wife and your son doesn't get any better than that. And to be able to harvest the bull that meant so much to Trevor and his uncle, a hunting trip for the books and the ages for me personally, and one that will stand out in my memories for forever.